I've just created a video on Constitutional Court President Snežana Marković. So I also have a video on Supreme Court. Their staff and president brutally breaking the law, multiple laws related to cases of monstrous murders of 3 members of my family. That case also includes poisoning of 3 minors. They know all of it and they are ignoring me. They can ignore me when they have more education than I do, and when they show that they can apply their knowledge, which doesn't mean I'm special, it just means I have more credibility than they do. So just to open this video, because I need a reference. There to video on judge, on president of Constitutional Court. This is video about her, and
Dan ljudskih prava.
She's reading about reading her scripted speech on Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and she and her colleagues brutally broke all my basic rights. They violated all my basic rights for since 2017, actually, when I officially started filing crime reports. So this is now more than 6 years. Okay, so I'm now going to create a video on, I'm creating this video on another court, which is one of the highest instance court in Serbia, and that court is Court of Appeals, or appeal, wherever. It is appeals, I mean, at least here. So this is Court of Appeals. And I called them only once regarding my crime reports. They ignored all of my crime reports, and I also asked them about judge who released this guy. He's involved in major marijuana trafficking case, probably the biggest case in Europe. So this is another reason of level of corruption. So judge of Court of Appeals, I think Savic or something like that, released that guy. He's not, I mean, at that time, I don't know, but now, but at that time he was not in prison anymore. So the case is called Jovanjica. You have Jovanjica indictment. Here, so this is for more details. Underground farm of marijuana, which doesn't mean that I don't support marijuana oil for treatment, of course, but I'm talking about things that are considered against the law. I'm not saying this should be against the law, because people should be able to treat themselves on whichever medicine they choose. And speaking of medicine, this is not off topic, but I need to show this video. Wow. So I searched here for an incurable, and they put all these videos ahead which doesn't have anything to do with that keyword, and these two are at the end. So YouTube puts at the bottom video fell incurable, which is this one, I cured naturally, and this happens while I'm logged in YouTube. This is also what's happening now. So really amazing. Only monster can do that. Monster and psychopath can prevent people from curing their self naturally. So these are really sick monsters and psychopaths, and they're drooling masters. They literally drool. Those are idiots, real stupid fucks, and they are using, that's real mafia. They are using mafia methods, because they know if they are not mafia, they wouldn't be able to earn for a living, because they are extremely stupid. Okay, so I'm now searching for emails they sent to me. So Belgrade Court of Appeals and hierarchy. There's a video on hierarchy. Actually, the video is on hierarchy of prosecution offices. But it's at least now those prosecution offices have almost the same naming as their counterpart courts. So this also can be used to see how important Court of Appeals is. It's right below the Supreme Court, and of course the Constitutional Court. So they ignored me, and now I'm searching emails they sent to me. So they confirmed here they received my email. That's it. Same here and here and here, and that also can be seen heard in that video that I just showed when I called them. So they know nothing. They pretend they know nothing about the crime reports I sent to them. And yeah, I haven't mentioned this one. So this is the proof, real life example, that crime report can be also filed to court. In this case, President of Higher Instance Court Slađana Bojković filed a crime report against herself, which is probably something that, I don't know if this happened in the history of judiciary. So this is another reply from them. They just confirmed they received my email. Same here. Same here, same here. I don't know if this is automatic reply, but it looks as if it is automatic reply. So this is an email I sent to Supreme Court, and I forwarded that to them, which can be seen. Sorry, this is an answer from Supreme Court. So I forwarded that answer to them. Again, they just confirmed they received it, and that's it. So I don't know if it makes sense to okay, I made a mistake here. This should be the second one, second recipient, but obviously nothing from her. I think she's secretary. Yeah, she's judge's assistant. Let's see. Well, actually, she's the secretary of the court still, so she didn't answer. And the rest is something that I already showed, so nothing special here. And I will just for the end show what I sent them. Is it possible that there is only one? Okay, so I need to do this one by one. Okay, two. And yeah, this is the one 10, 15, 20. So 10, 15, 20. So this is where I address them. Secretary and DA. This is my report. I have everything explained in that video about President of Supreme Court. So first one, illegal arms trade. This is their confirmation. This is actually automatic. And they say for next confirmation they need at least 8 hours to pass, which I don't know, looks like it doesn't work. So this is explicitly sent to them, and I reminded them that that day was the last day of 15 days period, 15 days time frame to answer my email. And this is a day after Ghislaine Maxwell. is arrested. So they confirm this. Yeah, this is automatic. And I then send this to forward this to Supreme Court, then Supreme Cassation Court, to the Secretary of Court of Appeals in Belgrade, and to DA and to their main email. Again the same thing, but even more, this is military intelligence. Again military intelligence. The second one, state intelligence and Ministry of Defense. So that was basically it. And the second one is this. I address them here, and I think that would be all. So let's see if I address them directly. No, but they confirmed. Okay, nothing. This is for for Constitutional Court, and that would be basically it. So this is again something that I sent to their main email, and I showed emails I sent to their secretary. So another high instance court who ignored me, brutally ignored me. So they broke a lot of laws. One of them is law on crime proceedings. Or criminal proceedings, the basis of work of police, prosecution, and courts, because work of prosecution and police affects work of court. Indictment directly affects court, of course. So if indictment is good, then court don't have really much to do, which is good for taxpayers. The more time spent on case, on trial, more that costs usually taxpayers. That costs more usually taxpayers in most of the cases. So this is very important. And I think that wraps up everything regarding judiciary. Maybe there are some more videos, but for now that should be all. And in that in that context, this video is also very important, extremely important, and especially this one. This is also very important, because courts pretend they don't know that part of law which says that you can, this is again law on criminal proceedings, Article 281, paragraph 3, which says that you can file crime report to court as well. So that should be all regarding Court of Appeals in Belgrade, because there are several other Court of Appeals, for instance in Novi Sad and so on and so on. But this one is in Belgrade. Oh yeah. So President let's see who is now president. Zorica Đaković, I think this is now. Actually, it says here it's DUSKO MILENKOVIC. Yeah, I read it incorrectly. It's DUSKO MILENKOVIC. Let's see. First deputy. Wow. So many deputies. So let's see if there is a picture of this guy. Wow, interesting. This is masonry, by the way. I cannot remember what's the name of this, but this is their sign. So another thing so he's now president, but I want to see who was president in 2020, right? That was 2020, October, so 2020. But anyways, here inherited those cases, so he is also responsible, but I still want to see who was back then. Wow, he was still what? So this is about, no, this is a higher instance court, okay. So this is 2020, and it appears that he was still president of that court of appeals in Belgrade, Judge DUSKO MILENKOVIC. So I think that judges are elected for the period of 5 years. Only once they can be president of the court, only once, as far as I remember. So let's see if I can find when he is elected. So DUSKO MILENKOVIC. So I'm searching. Wow. He was again elected. So elected again for the president of Court of Appeals. So in yeah, so he was definitely, that was definitely him on the meeting. Yeah. Former president of Court of Appeals is re-elected on 22nd of December 2022. So he was the one who wow, he's the judge of Supreme Court of Serbia. And he was part of the special unit for organized crime. And so on and so on. This is his official CV. Well, that's the same thing. So let's see when here. And he was first elected for so since 2017 he is president of Court of Appeals and judge of the special unit for organized crime of probably unit of that Court of Appeals. So yeah, this is 5 years period, 2017-2022. Okay, so he was still the president, and I like his Freemasonry signature. And I will put this as the thumbnail, of course. And actually, that would be the title. Yeah, because he's the one who is in charge of his judges, and this is something that they. There is a trick that they are using all the time, and it has to do with the fact that judges are independent in their decisions, which is true, but they put this in the same category as instances where judges break the law. This is also true for prosecutors. So when judges or prosecutors break the law, it doesn't have anything to do with being independent. It has to do with the fact that they broke the law, and that judges who are their superior, in this case president of the court, so they need to file crime report against them. This is their official duty, or ex officio, and they pretend they don't know that. I mean, really stupid trick, but they are using it big time. Okay, so I think there is not really much to say about this. Another example, the level of corruption in Serbia. in highest instances of courts, prosecution, and all important state institutions, pieces of shit from European Union and other international institutions know everything about that. I mean, journalists are writing about that all the time, and they pretend they don't know. So I know how this will work in case of monstrous murders of 3 members of my family, which includes poisoning of 3 minors. I really don't think they could get away with this, but anyways, I mean, everything is possible. So for now, I'm done, and probably this would be the last video on Court of Appeals in Belgrade and their president Duško Milenkovic.